What's up, YouTube? Quickly, before we jump in to these patch notes, which we're literally going right into, I want to mention something. Everyone's been asking me if I was going to bring back the build website, Smite Junkies, and I actually found a way that I decided I would get it done. Have to meet a couple of requirements. You could also gain some stuff on your own here. So I made a Patreon. A lot of you know what that is. A lot of you fucking hate it. A lot of you like it. Whatever. It's there for you to use if you want to. I have a bunch of tiers. There's some pretty cool tiers where you could get like signed stuff, signed clothing, limited edition stuff, wristbands that you can't get anywhere else, stickers you can't get anywhere else. You can also play games with me off stream. All that stuff is going to be, there's a link down there for Patreon. They're different levels. And if we hit the goal on Patreon, the monthly goal, this first month or whenever we hit it, I will bring back Smite Junkies. I will keep it up as long as possible. If you don't know what Smite Junkies is, it's a website I used for Smite builds. I would update all the builds, the top builds, the pro builds, the builds you see in competitive play for every god, every role. That's what we're going to bring back if we hit the goal. So if you guys can, if you decide to, not if you can, if you want to, go on the Patreon, support me, support the stream. It supports YouTube. It literally supports everything. Essentially using this Patreon if you guys support it, and it'll bring back Smite Junkies, which will help the whole fucking community because I have thousands of people asking me for it. Essentially this will pay for Smite Junkies and keep it up and make it worthwhile for me. So with that said, Patreon link below. I'll link it like 3 times. Click on it, check it out if you want to, roast me if you want to. I really don't give a shit. Let's jump into the patch notes.
Greek soldiers looted freely, but grew still with shame at the sight of Athena. Breaking the chains, she set Ra free. Entreating her soldiers, she called them to pray, worship Ra, restore his sight. Their belief healed the sun god, but he was beset by a vision of defeated Asgardians, a battle lost. Hell sat triumphant upon the throne, and the doom of Ragnarok fully unleashed. To the soldiers, Athena offered a choice. Follow her and defend Asgard, or remain here. Cheering, the soldiers beat their shields and shouted her name. They would follow her anywhere.
Welcome back to the official, proper Patch Note Show. The Paladin's play came out of nowhere. He was sat at the desk eating food. We're getting ready. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go live and see how he does. He did okay.
Yeah, no, he reacted that pretty well.
He actually responded to, you know, what the change was.
What up, boys?
There was a jig for you guys at home. Went from 20 to 10. And he gave a better explanation than you.
Wow.
I mean, it made more sense.
It was just too strong. We need to nerf it.
Yeah, it just killed people.
So that should be like every change we do now. It's like, oh yeah, it was too strong. Let's nerf it.
Well, we'll get through to those changes shortly. We'll start things off with the skins we've got coming this patch. And the first one on the docket is going to be Sir Ket. Sir Ket is going to get a new skin.
The ninja skin.
Kunoichi.
Or not the ninja skin.
I was almost right.
I know, mine's probably just as bad of a translation.
Oh, that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Wait till we get in game. There's
ninja
cool
skin?
stuff.
Oh, I don't even know what that's called because I'm not very
Look at her
anime.
tail, that's
I'm
dope.
not anime enough to understand what that chain plus blade at the end is.
I'm all anime.
What is that
All the time.
blade plus chain combination in the background?
I have no idea.
So you're anime and you don't know what that is?
I don't
What's
know.
up, hi,
I
Joe?
don't
What's up,
think you're
guys?
truly anime.
I'm like 95% anime.
Well, the 5% is clearly in that chain and blade. Next up is going to be a new Geb skin?
Yeah,
The
we're doing
dream! God, I love Geb skins. What's that?
That is a crazy kind of druid
stone Geb. Okay.
I always like this card art just because it shows like Geb as like this massive, like huge thing. Because everyone's just standing on it.
Exactly. Like RTO's there like, yo, Geb's huge. And Kodanos is basically a baby in comparison to him as well.
Yeah, look how close he is to the camera, and he's still way smaller.
I will say some of the card art is crazy in this. Not only do we have Geb, we also have a Hachiman skin for you all, the Oni Musha.
This one is
that's
awesome.
A cool looking
some
skin.
sort of dino beast thing that he's riding?
No, it's just like a kind of crazy metal-plated warhorse.
I just see the prehensile tail, sort of like bone tail.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, okay. That's going to be available too, as well as 2 other skins, the Snow Day Scylla.
Thank you guys for the resubs, by the way. Ooh,
This
that's dope.
Is like my favorite skin. Look,
That's
at
so
those
fucking.
dogs.
Look at the
Look at those
dogs.
huskies. They're going to pull her along happily, and she looks very, very enchanted in that one. And next up is Ice Mage Agni, also in the Child's play as well. Agni's not in a decent skin well. I say that, but Agni skins are all good.
I mean, the Gemini one from a long time ago was like my favorite from like the whole last year.
I think Swagni was just...
Swagni was also really
killed
good.
so many things in life.
Agni always gets good skins.
Yeah, he really does, and this should be another one. And of course, there'll be Circuit Mastery updates as well for you all to see. We'll get through to those later on as well. Card art looks fantastic for those, but it's time for that moment. This is going to be quite a quick patch, actually, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're heading towards Worlds. Worlds is coming in.
Really? I didn't know.
No one notices. No one notices. But we are very focused on making changes towards the competitive meta. As we get closer and closer towards that actual tournament setting, we want to make sure the game's in a really good state. There's a lot of diverse strategies and picks, and so a lot of our changes going forward to that will be towards the competitive meta, making sure that situation is pretty well balanced between all the different strategies.
Sure. So with these changes going in now, obviously there are a couple of patches before the World Championship, so it's small changes that are leading to a certain direction. Is that the sort of
and we're also giving ourselves some time to adjust to these changes so that players have time to actually play with them before they actually get to the World's environment. Then we also have our few patches leading up there that we can make smaller adjustments if we need to. Okay then, on to the patch itself. We'll start things off with item balance, as always. I'm going to start off with Warrior's Bane this time around. Warrior's Bane, we've decreased the physical penetration from 22% to 15%. And Titan's Bane as well.
Do you watch pro games live?
Advanced,
when they're live, you go on Twitch?
It's going to have a cost increase from 2,150 gold to
2,300. Dang, they nerfed the percent and up the cost of Titan's Bane?
Penetration is going to go down on this as well from 33% to 30%.
Wait, why are you nerfing Titan's Bane when tanks are in?
Very targeted changes that are towards really the 3 Guardian / 3 Warrior, like the tanky front line and the double Hunter. And so every change you're going to see this patch, except for the final one that we'll go over, is targeted towards addressing that, which is generally single item pen is really, really strong. It makes hunters and it makes warriors, especially with their high base damage, able to do a ton of damage with one single item. The second thing that we're adjusting is magical protection on a few key items so that mages have more of an opportunity to actually be the damage dealer for their team. And then we're also diversifying mage starts to make sure that they have starts that are comparable.
You're just going to go through the whole patch.
We're going through the whole thing just because I want to preface it as that's what we're mainly trying to address. Those are the problem areas that we saw, and so we're making target adjustments. So the Titan's Bane adjustment is largely the single item pen item that people could pick up and could destroy squishies even, because like if squishy has like 60 protection, it's still a 20 pen item. People could buy this very effectively, and they could get any damage they needed, and then just stack tank on top of it.
Kind of like what some assassins do over and over again. We've just going Titan's Bane and then full tank.
Yep, and so that's very targeted towards that kind of play style.
Okay.
And then we can go on to the magical protection stuff.
Well, we're going to magical protection right now. Spellbound Kasari is next up. We're going to decrease the magical protection from 50 to 40. And same can be said for the Shogun's Kasari. That's going to have reduced protections, magical protections from 50 to 40 as well. And then Voidstone, decreased magical protection. This is a mage patch. I wonder what's going on with Chaos, MLC Stealth, Ryan, Clumsy, all in the office.
Look, I'm an assassin player, and I was still on board with these.
Yeah, me too. Well, at least some of them. We'll see. Decreased magical protection 70 to 60 on Voidstone. And then Tiny Trinket is the next one on the list.
Oh, we can go through the magical protection first.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was going to keep going because you kind of went over.
Yeah, I just kind of took control of the show.
Well, I've got Tiny Trinket on this. I'm going to say increased magical protection power from 15 to 20. There you go.
So for the magical protection items, we largely hit the magical protection items that were very hybrid in their nature.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these tanky characters were splashing just one magical protection item in their build, and that largely enabled them to ignore mage damage pretty heavily, as well as get a huge bonus to their team or themselves. So the Shogun's Kasari, which gives attack speed to, especially the double hunter strategy, was very potent. It allowed you to be tanky against any mage opposition that you wanted, as well as giving your team just a huge buff. So we toned down the protection part of it, so now you're really picking up, you're deciding, do I want to really focus on protections, or do I want to focus on helping my team?
Okay.
Voidstone's a similar situation. It has health, protections, and this pen aura. And so if you're picking it up, you shouldn't be as tanky as other magical protection items are giving you. So reducing the magical protections, allowing you to have that pen opportunity so that if you want to get magic damage on your Guardian, or if you want to help your mage deal a bit more damage, you still can. It's just not as defensive.
Gotcha. So it's really small changes to the magical protection tree.
So far, I'm only seeing mage nerfs. Mage buffs.
Areas. The Tiny Trinket I just mentioned, do you want to talk me through these?
Yeah, and so the changes for mages is largely towards their starts.
Right.
A lot of them have going the stacking start, especially Book of Thoth. And even though it's a strong start, it's not nearly as strong as the other class starts. They are often getting bullied out of early game situations. Other characters can come in and deal with them pretty handedly. And so even though that was their one start, it wasn't as strong as the other ones.
It's only 5 power, though.
As well as we are opening up the pool for other starts for mages. So we're making the starter item combos that you can pair it with, like Sands of Time, and then if you want to go into the Bancross tree, that item is going to be more powerful. If you want to go into the Lost Relic tree, which is the Rod Tahuti Cronus Pendant Doom Orb tree. That's going to be more viable for you as well. So we're making that start more comparable. So the Soul Trap start more comparable to other mage starts, as well as opening up other mage opportunities to like actually answer the situations that they're given.
Gotcha. So buff the tough tree a little bit, but at the same time try and buff the other options to make them a little bit more variable potentially. Okay, so that's Tiny Trinket. Next one is Lost Artifact. We've decreased the cost from 600 gold to 550.
Warriors Bane.
And increased cost of Restored Artifact and Doom Mob by 50 to preserve the original price, just to clear that up.
Yep,
so start, it's easier, but it's still going to be the same.
Yeah, everything after that you build off of that.
Oh, so did they just put the wrong name up there?
And on top of that, it's also going to increase magical power from 15 to 20 on the Lost Artifact as well.
Oh no, they did fuck it all up.
Trinket's going to be doing.
Yep. Cost of Restored Artifact Doom Mob by 50.
Which, Papa mentioned, decreased cost from 1,400 gold to 1,350, so a 50 gold.
So they're buffing all the rank ones.
The full cost of Soul Reaver and Bucket
adding the cost to the next
they will actually
level
just
tier
by 50 to preserve their original prices.
Yep. So a lot of this is giving either a little bit more power so that you can actually start poking your enemies a bit more aggressively, clear a bit more aggressively, or making it so that you have an extra potion to help you stay in the early game.
Gotcha. Doom Mob as well. We're going to actually look at Doom Mob individually, which he mentioned. Doom Mob increased magical power from 40 to 60. Increased MP5 from 7 to 10, and reduce the amount of stacks from 50 to 40. Is that to compensate for the power buff?
Yes, so if you get it to fully stacked, it's actually going to be the same exact power that you used to in live right now. But for an item that costs, you had to go invest into it, and then you have to start getting it stacked up, compared to something like the Book of Thoth Rush, where that gets just 100 power immediately.
Yeah.
That's pretty
getting
crazy.
40 power off the bat and then having to stack it with this risk made it really kind of undesirable, even if it did go a bit higher than Book of Thoth could. So we're making it so that it's a bit more strong when you initially purchase it, so you're not so put far behind by actually getting it. And then when you actually lose stacks, it's going to be a bit less punishing as well, because you're only losing half of 40 versus half of 50. It's still going to be a risky item, obviously. Like if you get focused and die, you're still going to lose, what, 20 stacks of, I think, 2 power, so you're going to still lose 40 power on it. So it's still going to be pretty bad if you die and actually lose it, and then if you die again, you're really far behind.
But it's also
but it's going to be more consistent.
Yeah, it's a bit better as well, because you have to farm less minions as well, I guess, to be able to get these stacks online. So that's Doom Mob. And the final item this patch is going to be Soul Eater. We've reduced the cost from 2,400 to 2,300. We've increased the power from 30 to 40 and reduced the evolved bonus power from plus 20 to plus 10.
The evolved form, if you could get it online and get it going, it really helped you sustain in fights, and it gave you a good amount of power, some CDR, some mana.
They just evened out without
you bought
stacks.
it at only 30 power.
This is so
dumb.
dumb.
You had to get 100 stacks to really get the full benefit. It was
cost reduced, awesome.
Weak, especially
power's
in
the same
area,
once
like
you're
more
stacked.
than it probably should as a stacking item, as well as the cost at 2,400 made it kind of hard to fit into builds. So we're just doing minor adjustments, reducing the overall cost, increasing the amount of raw power you get when you actually start the item. And
mages are going to be starting fucking
power so that it still
Doom Orb, and
should make it a lot easier for assassins to put this in their builds.
Morgan's going to be even better with the Chronos Pendant.
Kind of like tone down some of the tankiness effectiveness, give mages a little bit more options, so they actually maybe get utilized a little bit more in the early game as well.
Yeah, that's a big focus. Is we saw a large drop in mage, just overall performance, as well as just in the competitive games they're often being ignored.
Yeah,
and that we largely thought that was due to their starts being a bit weaker, as well as their end games being a bit weaker. And so we wanted to give them more opportunities to get started in the early game. Then we also wanted to target a few items that were potentially preventing them from being successful, as well as a few items that were also just doing really, really well in terms of enabling this triple kind of Guardian, triple Warrior strategy with Double Hunter.
Wow.
We still want it to be a viable strategy if you want to run it.
Sure.
Just not so potentially dominant.
Okay, well, that's it for items this patch. On to God Balance, and this is not in alphabetical order, from what I can tell, because FENRIR is the first one on the list.
Yeah, and then we have an RTO one later.
FENRIR.
Look, man, he's important.
These changes, man.
They're a lot.
Yeah,
they're cool. I'm hyped as a FENRIR player.
We all FENRIR mains now. Ready for this? Here we go. This passive, Unbanned Runes, first of all. This passive no longer affects Seething Howl.
Yep. So Seething
We'll get
Howl,
to why.
Yeah, Seething Howl will no longer consume runes.
Oh, we'll get to why in a second.
What do they do to his two?
See, he's scared of this. I for one am happy about FENRIR. He's finally released.
It's okay. FENRIR, so Brutalize. FENRIR now gains bonus physical and magical protections of 5 + 1 per level while channeling this ability. So at max rank, that's going to be what?
Well, not at max rank, at max level.
Sorry, max level.
25.
So it's 25
so it doesn't matter
overall.
doesn't matter the rank that you have it. It's going to be 5 + 1 per level. And this is just to give FENRIR a bit of tankiness so that when he brutalizes into a fight, he has more of an opportunity to actually continue that and risk his health pool a bit more. Right now, it's pretty easy to, 1, interrupt, so you can actually take away those protections from him. But 2, if he chooses to stay on, it often is a death sentence in a lot of situations.
Next up is Seething Howl. Obviously, it's no longer consumed by unbound runes, but it is no longer consumed runes from unbound runes at all. Instead, when you actually use this ability, it's going to increase your physical power buff from 10 to 70 as you scale it up. It used to be that. It's now going to be 20 to 80. And not only that, we've increased the physical power buff from 30 to 35%. So you don't need runes.
You do not need runes.
Get
so
the
it doesn't
extra
consume runes.
It's been buffed at a base level to, I guess, compensate for not
gives
having
you more
runes.
power
Yeah,
and you
so
have
the
more
big thing
lifesteal.
here is Seething Howl was this ability that could potentially really enable Fenrir, but you'd often get in situations where, why would I ever spend it on this? I need my stun. I could need my stun at any given moment.
Yep.
And so actually activating it, consuming the runes, could put you in a really bad spot. And it also made it so that you couldn't really synergize it with the kit, right? You often used all your abilities,
to engage.
and then you use Seething Howl just because it was left over. You might want to lifesteal some. So now you can actually use it when you need to in your build. If you feel like you can engage with it and get the extra power benefit, you can use it. If you want to use it for sustain later on, you can use it. It's independent of the other 3 effects that are all.
So is it like 70% lifesteal then?
For you guys
no matter
there,
what?
if you got 5 stacks and you're going to go into a fight, you pop Seething Howl first. You get 80 power buff at max level.
You have to
then
be at max runes, but it doesn't
stun,
consume them.
And then you get more damage from auto attacks, including
All right.
lifesteal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty interesting.
Not only that, there's a little bit more for Fenrir here as well. Ragnarok. We've adjusted the damage to be consistent increase per rank. To be a consistent increase.
Yeah,
per
there was a single.
Text.
There was a single rank that was not giving. I think it was either giving 5 extra or taking away 5 extra.
Well, it's increased range of the attack as well from 12 to 15. So a little bit
that's
easy to
big.
this. And we've also added a cone targeted to this attack to more clearly show the range.
Yeah, so the one thing that we saw a lot of Fenrir players do is they walk up and they start chomping wildly at the characters. Well, yeah, sure, but like what happened was Fenrir's mouth would literally go over the models and into the models. And so Fenrir is literally taking a bite out of this 3D character and you didn't actually pick them up. So the range was just too short to really actually indicate like how far his animation was going. So now if the animation looks like it connects,
that is sick, dude.
The cone target is there just to make sure that you have a very clear area of where you're going to.
I'm ready for Fenrir,
the
boys.
Sides of the cone, having that area defined is pretty useful. It helps you actually pick out the target you really want. So both a quality of life to make sure that he can actually hit.
It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna be pre-popping the 2. The ult's gonna be easier to use.
You seem like you got a real smiles on your face about these.
The 3 gives you defense.
I like Fenrir. I always feel good.
I'm happy to see him back. I'm not gonna say that,
and I'm excited for these changes. I'm actually mainly excited so I can actually use Seething Howl aggressively. Just using it defensively, like I get a kill and then I pop Seething Howl, I heal the full. Like that was like the use of it, and I just being able to actually use it in different situations is fun.
Okay, well, look, mix things up for the Fenrir players out there, or the lack of, and now the majority of. Going into this next patch, Artio is next on the list. The Ligety has been dominant still.
She's been dominant at a competitive level, but since the nerfs that we've done to her since her relaunch, overall at most other skill levels, she's actually evened out pretty effectively. And so these changes are really targeted towards kind of the top end where she's being used mainly in the ability to get farm on RTO and then be this really effective brawler. We're reducing that a little bit.
So as you can see on the screen there, the energy surge, first of all, decreased energy surge heal from 60 to 140. It's going to be 40 to 120 per enemy god hit. Not only that, we've also decreased the magical power scaling on energy surge heal from 25% to 20%. And life tap, the heavy charge as well, decreased magical power scaling on life tap heal from 10% to 5% per tick. So scaling has been hit here as well.
Yeah, the base was hit a little bit because even in her support area where she'd be like the support for the team, it was still a bit too high healing. But especially when she started getting more kind of bruisery items that had a bit of magical power on it, she was sustaining too much in the fight, and it made it kind of frustrating to deal with. So we mainly focused on targeting the scaling heal.
What happened?
Okay.
No.
That's it for Artio. We'll move on now to Kakulin. Is also on this list here.
I just wanted to read chat, man.
Berserk, first
there we
go. Reduced bonus shield from 20 plus 24 per level to 10 plus 20 per level. And Vent Anger, decreased self-movement speed buff from 10% to 5%.
So his level, mainly his level 2.
So they nerfed RDO a little bit. Kakulin's getting
the movement speed to chase it, and you also had access
nerfs
to
that should have gone in last patch.
Counterplay overall as a whole. So we're reducing reducing the amount of shielding he gets. We're reducing his ability to chase while he's in that form by reducing the basically 10%
good changes
speed buff that he has, because Vent Anger is always active when you're berserked, allowing players to have more counterplay, especially as players have learned him and gotten a lot better with him. He's just kind of climbed in stats and performance.
Yeah, he had a movement buff.
Actually manage the rage. Actually, when you want to engage, when you want to like try and like bait your opponent into like mini wave coming, get your rage out, and then start fighting them. He's been doing a lot more successfully lately, and this is just targeted towards reducing frustration when it comes to fighting him.
Okay, that's it for Colin. Last god on the docket for this week is going to be Ymir, and it's a change to Shards of Ice.
I like this one.
The Frostbite passive is now immediately applied to enemies in the area and refreshed by the detonate. So that's actually a damage reduction Frostbite, as well as the increased damage that you can take.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
So now the big thing
is small,
when you
but it's cool.
enter it, you have it on you. So if you're in it and you're fighting him, then you're going to be dealing reduced damage to him. So he can actually sit in there. If you're stuck there and you decide to turn and burn him, it's going to be harder to do that because he's actually applying that to you.
And your teammates as well.
And if your teammates, because he doesn't get frostbite, he applies it to someone, so they do reduce damage. So if the teammates are around it and not actually in it, they don't get
No, I meant like if the enemy's in it, they're doing reduced damage to your team.
Yes, and to your team, yes.
That's
so
what I wanted to clear up, because
it affects multiple. It affects any damage you deal when you have it on.
So actually, is a support buff for Ymir.
Yeah. So if you're actually sitting in the middle of a team fight and you're channeling it, and they decide like, oh, you're Ymir, you're channeling, I'm just going to turn and burn you.
Yep.
They are going to be a bit slower doing it. You have more time to detonate. You have more time to get charge. Maybe you can turn that fight around. And
that's
then
really
also,
like
if you don't. If you
an undervalued thing.
Time, you actually
it's
also
going to be huge.
To you. So it's not just on detonate. If you enter and leave, that also counts as you getting the 4-second frostbite because he did slow you. You did hit.
So you have a passive on Ymir where you make other people do less damage when you apply frostbite. So now as soon as you start your ult channeling, they get frostbite on them if they're in your slow or in your ult.
The amount of people that are going to get
it's a big deal.
Jumped on my FENRIR is probably pretty high.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, FENRIR's going to get played all day.
Struggling.
He has for quite a while. We'll see how well it goes.
Thank you for the resub, Knight.
With that point, I'm going to send you into the back room now to go and get the skins ready. As I turn my attention to a wonderful man that's standing all alone. It's one of the community members.
No, Discordia is not going to get nerfed. Discordia is really easy to kill.
I'm wonderful.
Did I say that? I didn't mean to.
You
I'm
did.
sorry.
It's on record. Damn. It's on the video.
It's not. It's not supposed to. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing super good. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. Why have they left you alone? Where's everybody else?
I don't know. I thought there were supposed to be other people here. There's not. It's just me. I'm not sure what's going on here. They just stuck me here.
It's because Reddit's been saying you're the best employee we've ever had, so now we've just fired everybody else. That's what it seems to be.
Yep, just me here.
Just you. Good job. Well, talk to me first of all about the Adventures Community Day.
So Adventures Community Day was yesterday. We had a ton of fun doing it. We encouraged people to stream Shadows over Hercopolis. We were hanging out in people's streams, giving away skin codes, giving away Trickster bundles. We're also holding an art contest for Shadows over Hercopolis. Submit any art or those VODs from yesterday to a submission form. You can go to twitter.com/SmiteGame, look at our pinned tweet, and that's where you're going to find the form.
Okay, and what'd you win?
You win gems, skin codes, just fun things like
that. A date with you?
We haven't put that into the schedule yet. But
can we?
If there's enough traction behind this movement, I think I can manage to do it.
Oh, there's going to be traction now that you said that. You should not have said that.
Thank you, Brimstone.
You'll learn. Not only that, we've also got a new difficulty mode coming out here for the adventure.
Yes, that's correct. With patch 422, we are releasing Nightmare mode for Shadows over Hercopolis.
Oh.
This is the biggest challenge yet. You're not going to defeat this mode.
You're not?
You are not.
Is it because it's a nightmare?
No, you're not. Other people will.
I'm not.
Who's not going to defeat this mode.
Yeah, I don't get a chance to play. That's why, Brett. I'm sorry. I'd love to. But I don't. So what do you get for completing it?
So for completing it, the 12th and final quest is defeat Loki on Nightmare. You get a animated avatar for doing that. It's going to be really fun.
Okay, so an animated avatar. Oh,
and we're also holding a contest to see who is the world's first Nightmare mode completer.
Oh, really? And is there a contest winner?
There will be contest winners. More gems are going to be given out to those people.
Is it more dates with you as well?
More dates with me if there's a big enough.
That's pretty cool, the Nightmare idea. That's like just ridiculously hard.
Last but not least.
Go on, what have you got?
It's Party Up Weekend.
It is?
It is. It's this weekend.
We are
holding double XP. I'm not going to
party up.
Why?
I have a very, very strict party schedule that I play with people who usually are good at Smite. You don't really meet those requirements.
Okay, retired ex-pro players.
So we're holding
double
XP, double everything.
Thank you for the biddies after subbing that Asian guy eating rice.
And
Appreciate it, brother.
2 or more with your friends.
Let me hype you up.
So that's all going on this weekend as well. Brett,
it's going on this weekend.
Thank you. Where can they find you, by the way?
You can find me at twitter.com/MLC__stealth with a 3.
What?
ST3ALTH.
Why is there 2 underscores?
The first underscore was taken by somebody else, so I had to go double underscore.
Oh, rip the dream. That was probably me. Thank you, Brett. As always, take it easy. I mean, you'll probably see me around the community as always, giving gems and dates to whoever wishes to have them. Back to the desk.
But not playing Smite with you, though.
No,
yeah,
Chuck's
I mean,
bad.
to be fair.
Man, shots
It was
fired
me.
already.
No,
We barely
what you
got
should
started.
do, Hindu,
was
is
me.
you should win the date and then make him play Smite with you.
That's true.
That could be pretty good. I could rig
It's an
that.
easy way
At
for
the
the
same time,
hype.
I was
Take
just
away from
trying to
Chuck.
be nice to him
Bring
to
you on
make
the
him
stream.
relive his
Come on.
glory days of when people used to know he existed. You know, like
Oh,
that
man.
happens sometimes.
That's
I'm
brutal.
sorry, bro. Isaiah, you've upgraded though.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome.
Your boy is on the desk again.
Yeah.
What's up?
That's what happens. You know,
I know,
you
right?
leave Brett behind.
Yeah, he did a good job.
You
though.
make the quick joke about it every time. What's the line that you guys use? Good one, Brett.
Yeah, good one, Brett.
Yeah. Do that and you get yourself on the desk.
That's right.
It works out well. And as always,
And AJ's at a wedding, so.
AJ's away.
I'm high res AJ. Can't you tell from my
Actually, that's a good point.
Right?
He basically is in the same position as AJ is normally in, and he's in the same
Yeah.
outfit. Did you
came
actually
dressed.
just,
You're AJ today? Yeah, okay.
did you just steal his jacket? Is that what happened?
Damn,
have
I
one
had
as
a
well.
wig, dude, that you could have used.
So we're here for all the skins, I believe, and I'm just waiting for the production to be ready with those skins. Just as a heads up.
We actually want to give a shout out real quick to Wuzzyboo, whose stream I dropped in on during
Wuzzyboo.
Community Day for
Wuzzyboo.
Smite. Wuzzyboo.
That sounds like the
He's
item
a-
I made up earlier.
He's a 20-year-old streamer in Norway who was on with Audie and M, and we got to watch him and his crew beat the ice wall for the first time in Smite Adventures.
That is
exciting
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Community Day was just a ton of fun. It was so awesome.
Gave
to
out
kinda,
some skins, gave out some
hang out
bundles.
hang out in some streams. You know, maybe not the higher level streams, but hang out with some people with some lower viewership.
Streams just starting out on
Exactly.
their path to glory.
That's right.
Now,
This is
Chuck,
their first step.
one quick question for you as well. The background and everything here shows snow and like snowy, wintry skins, right? This isn't the only like Christmassy patch we've got.
No, there's more.
Okay, I
There's
just wanted to
more
clarify that because it
Christmassy.
seemed very early.
This is
Sack
a
full
winter
of
themed
Christmas
skin
presents.
as
Right.
we
Over the
move
patches.
into the winter time.
Exactly.
Do we-
It's getting cold outside.
Do we like
so,
forget
yeah.
about Thanksgiving or something? Is that what happened?
Who wants a Thanksgiving skin? I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even
No, we're
do the holiday.
thankful.
I'm not even
We're
from
gonna
here.
make,
so-
So
like,
these winter
turkey
themed skins
dodgy
for
or
November
like
is
Yeah.
what we're doing. for Thanksgiving, yeah.
Pilgrim Loki. I don't know.
Pilgrim Loki. That
No.
sounds like a possibility.
No.
The artists are out there already
I
drawing
know,
up
right?
a
It's
plan.
Dude, they need to make a turkey
straight
skin.
away for a Pilgrim Loki skin.
Who could be a
So the
turkey?
skins we've got to go through today is going to be the Geb, the Hachiman, the Scylla, the Agni,
can't see
Circuit,
all
and
of it.
Circuit Mastery skins. Before we actually get to those, any favorites from you guys specifically for this one?
I mean, this Hachiman skin is
Pretty
dope
dope.
AF.
Yeah.
The Scylla one looks really good too, though, from what I could tell.
Yeah, but I like evil skins.
It feels like the
Dude.
people like F. Dot and Lawson were involved in the creating of this Scylla skin because it's dog
Yeah.
related.
So many good dogs. So many
I
good
mean,
dogs.
Scylla herself is dog related.
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck?
The creating of this Scylla skin because it's dog
Yeah.
related.
So many good dogs. So
Okay.
many
I
good
mean,
dogs.
Scylla herself is dog.
Did we just hear? What is happening? What the fuck just happened? Ollie, what'd you do?
The creating of this Scylla skin because it's dog
Yeah.
related.
Is that-
So many good
Oh,
dogs. So many
I
good
mean,
dogs.
Scylla herself is dog.
stop it. Let me, I didn't refresh. No, we aren't even near the keyboard. Let me refresh this bitch.
Crazy mother.
Chillax, Ollie. I gotta figure out what's going on. No, it's a rip, dude. It's Ripperino. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys can see the chat while me and Ollie sit here. I can't fix it. This is high res and shit. Thank you for the sub, Total Ponage. Ollie, breathe. I know the patch notes are gone. It'll be okay. Look, they made Ollie sad. No patch notes. Bark at him. Tell him how mad you are.
You crazy mother.
Tell him how mad you are. Tell him. What's up, Holy Elixir? Thank you for the sub. Tell him, Ollie. Bark. Bark. Do something. Get mad. Fight somebody. I don't think it's working. I think your breath stinks, though. Stinky. Stinky breath. Oh, you're getting all tangled up in the cord. I didn't mess shit up. You can see chat. Look at this bitch. Chat is bugging. That's not my chat either. That's their chat. Their power went off. What if it did? Did they tweet? Well, you guys can see Pupper for now until the patch notes come back on. Oh, you know what? Fuck. Hold on. Shit. Stay, Ollie, stay. Hold on. Let me check their YouTube. They're not live. Maybe they're not under high res? No, they're under high res. I'll refresh the high res stream again. No, they're Ripperino, dude. What did Domino's say? I was gonna be getting a call from the their main or their store. I didn't get a call yet. Wait, this isn't high res. This is a different high res. What the fuck? I'm not on high res TV. What's their shit? Smite game maybe? Oh, it's Smite game on YouTube. That's why. Let me check. Are they live? They're not live. Smite Pro? Oh, are they back? No, they're not back. And Smite Pro is not the play. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sit here like this until one of them. Oh, there we go. We live, boys.
There's your woohoos.
How did you forget the woohoos,
Right?
man?
Yeah,
That's
actually,
like
Bro, we missed. What did we miss?
If you check
Do we miss the Circuit skin? I'll fucking kill him. I'll kill him.
Scarce on you.
And that's the voice
I'll kill him if I
for
just
that.
miss Circuit skin.
Just wait
Ollie,
for the card out for the
chillax.
next one, because I believe we'll be moving on to Hatchiman the one next, the one that you guys really wanted to see. Let's have a look at the Hatchiman icon. Sorry, the card art, I should say, first of all. And yeah, felt like a prehistoric dinosaur sort of looking demonic thing that he's riding. According to
It's a
my
demon
point of view.
horse.
Okay.
It has a metal.
Bro, if they didn't show my fuck, we didn't miss it. They didn't show it because they fucking crashed.
I actually do not know.
It's a good
And they
question.
probably didn't realize it, so it was too late.
I don't know what that's called.
Yeah.
What was the question?
A horse. What's a horse helmet called?
What? What the fuck? Sorry, Ollie. Sorry, buddy. What the fuck? Let me cover your ears. Fuck you, high res. What are you doing? All right, now you can listen. Oh boy. I'm covering you. High res, you're fucking up, bitches. All right.
Two.
Good, Bubba.
Exactly.
Hey, you're back.
AF.
Hey, I'm on the desk, so we use dope.
I know, I was just thinking now, Isaiah joins it now. Everyone's saying, yes, this is very dope. This is
Just
dope.
joined.
It's
Anything
the
big
dopest.
that I missed?
I feel like this is commonly used terminology.
We all missed
Right,
it because high res' stream is crashing.
The skin is pretty dope, though. I really like the combination of like the existing samurai elements into this much darker demonic armor. Even like without the glowing red elements, it's a much darker, like blacker metal than with those accents of red. It turned out really nice.
I do like the swirls
Oh,
around.
I
the
really
first
like
ability.
the pattern inside
That's
of
a pretty cool
that
colorway.
Very occult, arcane.
Oh no!
like
Check
it.
out the flag.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
I've got my eye on you.
Literally. In the case of Odin.
I had nothing to do with
They
that.
forgot to pay the internet.
I thought it would be a skull if it was you.
See, that's
I'm
what I think
moving
happened.
skulls.
Is they're
No,
like, Chuck,
no,
all right,
I
no more
like-
skulls. It's like, fine, I
Right.
promise. No skulls.
Demonic eyes are equivalent to skulls in their awesomeness.
Okay. On the same level. And there's the amazing horse. It's got to be slow mode, Palm. It's got to be slow mode.
It is a pretty impressive steed.
By the way, if you put these commands into your game client, you too can slow down your game to be just like this.
No, you can't.
Maybe if you get a date with Brad.
Chuck's an artist and
Right.
not a GM, so he doesn't know
Horse
that you
looks
can
dope.
do this in your games with the same commands.
If you're a GM, bro,
Are you a GM, Hindu?
No.
Yeah.
They would never trust me. They would never trust me with
With
that
good
amount of
reason.
power. Mhm.
Look at your misinformation campaign already.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't deserve responsibility.
So we're not gonna see the Circuit skin,
it's true that does.
which kind of pisses me off.
man,
Horse
yeah.
looks amazing, and it comes with a voice pack too. So we should have a nice little listening to that.
So This sounds very similar to the Dark Knight Odin, which is one of my favorite voice packs.
Yeah.
I love that voice, so I'm like totally cool with it being similar. It's amazing.
How maleficent of you. Most evil. I am their doom. You will drown in your own blood.
Wow.
Oh, that is
harsh.
That is some deep
That
taunting.
heart of yours, I think I'll relieve you of it. Demons do not have hearts, apart from those we eat. Watching what you call putting up a fight is enough suffering for us all.
That is some laugh right there.
Right? I really love the layered effects on top of the voice acting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
excellent combination.
The Dark Knight.
Oh, High Res messed up, and we've seen the Geb skin and the Hachiman skin. We haven't seen any of the other skins yet. Whether they're going to show them or not, I don't know.
Blood drowning. Yeah. This is scary.
Yeah. We need more blood in the game. I don't think, was the last blood skin we had was like Chuck, right?
I think
that's the only one we have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can we get some more blood soon? I like blood.
Maybe on the skull chain.
Like, just make it like alien blood if we have to. Just keep it, you know,
green ichor.
Yeah, green ichor.
Oh, you know, it doesn't feel the same. I mean, on Camazotz, right? He drinks out of purple ichor pools, right?
Yeah. Just change it to red then. Still call them like ichor pools, and you'd be fine.
Just change the color. It'll be all good.
I mean, if we have a skin of Camazotz, where Camazotz is canon as drinking this purple ichor, and this one happens to be red.
Bro, didn't they show the whole skin and the voice pack already?
Let's move on then to the next game, which is Snow Day Scylla.
Yes, the
those
skin.
pretty huskies.
Oh my goodness,
and the lovely, sweet little girl that is Scylla now has a new skin. No ichor here at all.
No.
Just fun little snowballs being thrown around between the huskies.
Yo, what if she threw snowballs?
They look like they're having an
fluffy
amazing
murder
time.
Dude, her one should be multiple snowballs. You're gonna fall, Ollie. Where are you
Does she
going?
actually have like?
Ollie.
I really wish it like when she
Right.
ults. I don't know if it does, but it'd be
Where are you
amazing if she
going?
did. Where she's all sweet and innocent, then she ults and she just becomes absolutely evil, and the dogs go.
Where are you
mental.
going?
Ooh.
Like the savage dogs.
She's pretty adorable.
How cute and fluffy.
I will say, we were talking about Agni skins, and we've got an Agni skin coming up, but Scylla skins have always been really solid, like all the way back from, what was it, the first Cog skin we ever released?
Yeah, because all the skins are solid. Hindu.
That's
okay, Chuck.
This is a weird detail, but the pattern on the upper part of her dress, down in the back there, that's really well done. I know exactly what material that is. Like that's a coat that I've seen someone wear. That's really well done.
So there's a nice little dress. Let's go through some of the abilities. How about a bit of Sicken? Well, first of all, is she throwing snowballs?
It's a little. Yeah,
She is throwing snowballs.
Yeah. Snowballs.
Yeah, that's true.
My dog lick on command now. He's taught not to lick. Oh shit! The two is okay.
I like
My new Scylla skin. New favorite skin. Show me the ult, baby. Show me the ult. Can you breathe? Are you okay?
But not every snowflake's the
so
same.
satisfying.
That's right.
Those snowflakes are the same. They break reality.
There could be some random element.
So
No.
here's what I'm gonna say: there's at least a translucency effect being applied over the ground. So technically, unless you're hitting the exact same spot, which is very difficult to do, each snowflake is unique.
And the I'm a monster.
Okay, the ult's the same.
Usual.
Slam like an avalanche down or something.
Man,
It's
Do
okay.
it close up so you can see the patterns.
Odin needs
I like
a
the two
nerf.
better. The
He
two's
just got hit by a
cooler.
level 20 Scylla, not even a damage.
It's just the way it
So
always
strong.
is. You're totally
Tank
getting
meta,
it.
guys. Oh my god.
Well, at
You
least
gotta
we
do
have
something
those
about this.
magical defense items, right? That helps out.
All right, let's hear the voice pack.
Let's hear the voice back. Chuck called for it.
I am the best. La 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 la. I am the best. La 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 la. I am the best.
You can hear the Scylla skin through my earbuds.
Yay!
He's wondering what it is. I can tell.
You are so good. Amazing. I am the best. La 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 la
Pop,
la.
That's gonna be a good
You won't
spammable
cancel that
fucking
because I think that's gonna be a
emote
total
Are
or
so
VGS.
good. Cancel that.
Yep. There we go.
Dude, I like that. That's gonna be a trolly fucking skin, dude.
She really
Are you
did a
cold?
good job on that voice pack.
Doesn't bother me. It's not dessert for dinner if you only ever eat ice cream. Oh, don't you worry. I throw a very cool party.
Good boy. boy. All right.
Scylla
skin's gonna be my new favorite. I liked it too the most part out of everything though. More than the
That's it
VGS.
for Scylla. We'll move on now to Ice Mage Agni. This is also a part of the Child's Play chest, which you'll get more info on in the future, but it's frosty version of Agni. And Agni has some amazing skins.
This skin is pretty cool.
Oh.
Hey, I had to get one, guys. I had to get one.
He does not look like someone I would let play with my child.
Get me out.
Look at that grin.
Which one?
The one on the right,
because there's two of them.
The one on the left really isn't
That's
a
why
grin.
you pay me the big bucks, boys and girls.
Come on, Hindu, you're better than this.
I'm on form today.
So he's an ice mage instead of a fire mage, right?
Does he just drop snowballs then?
It's not snowballs.
Oh, okay.
It's ice crystal based.
Oh, okay.
See the crystals?
Snowballs.
On his halo?
I'm going to call them snowballs, whether they look like snowballs or not.
You can.
Show us the abilities, please. Tell me the ult, not fucking fire still or
So
meteors. Tell me it's ice balls.
Basics first of all. They look very
all right, basics are dope.
And the passive, I wonder what the passive does. Is it like? Does it look like flames on you still?
Oh baby, okay, this skin is
like
awesome.
Glacier.
Okay. Yeah, we got like some frost.
Bring Agni back, baby.
And then like a whole wave, avalanche of
Frosty
snow.
cold.
All right, that is
yeah.
sick. That is fucking awesome.
Your speedy glacier.
Nice.
Those look pretty sharp.
Literally.
It's like you don't want to step on those.
Yeah, they're
I like
really
it.
like butt
Mites.
level.
I really like these skins.
I really like the ice that slowly fades out afterwards.
And it comes with a voice pack too, so let's have a listen to that one.
Wee-hoo. 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 Not bad. What a spectacle. What's cooler than being cold? Ice cold.
All right.
Hypothermia is such a terrible thing. Nothing warms my heart more than to see you freeze. You're in for a ride. I'm twice as cold and double the brain freeze. I am sweet as sugar, hard as ice. Hurt me once, and I'll kill you twice.
All right.
It was a bizarrely sinister rhyme.
Yeah, it was.
Isn't that from a song or some shit? I feel like part of that was from a song.
Okay, I've been told we're going back to the Geb skin.
All right, I'm gonna be getting all the skins.
I'm not sure why.
For sure.
Tell me why. Do we know?
Probably because patch notes crashed.
Unfortunately, we had
so you didn't
issues.
finish something.
Okay, so let's go back to the Geb skin for you
Where's
guys.
the Surge head skin? Fuck yeah.
We're due to some technical difficulties. You didn't miss much, or did you? Because there's a giant Geb on your screen.
Should we try to do the exact same dialogue? On
No.
Geb? No.
No. You're not missed Sir Cat, by the way, boys and girls at home. Sir Cat is the next one after this Gebson, so you've not missed anything else.
Thank
Don't worry,
you.
I can see you typing away in chat.
Shit.
Rage mode activate, rage mode deactivate. You can get off Twitter. If you do have issues, though, always tweet them at MLC Stealth.
That's right. He is
he
there
will
to
be the
hear
one to
your
do it.
complaints.
That's the way it'll be.
And take you on dates.
As
his
many
job.
dates as you want.
It's literally his job.
Always available. This is the mossy looking Geb. And they are little fairies that Chuck was mentioning.
Oh yeah.
You will
so
be changing the
Oh, that is from
the
Hey Ya?
part where
That's
I'm-
actually troll.
You can't see me on the camera, but
Not
I'm
right
on
now.
my phone.
He is actively taking
in
notes.
G-chat.
What is it you don't like about it, Chuck? Just so everybody knows.
Just,
It's the robes and their whiteness.
It's because they're too white, the robes?
yeah, they just looks like tiny
awfully
cartoons
clean.
of Moses.
But I mean,
guess
if they-
gotta
For
deal with
druids.
this for
But
now.
I mean, if they're not clean robes, and then they're dirty druids, and you want them to be clean, right? Like, it shows that they're really invested in their, you know.
The
their
skin's
work.
kind of boring.
Or it shows that they only just got the job and they're not very experienced. You know, they need a little wear and tear. It shows character. They've been around this. They're not noobs.
I do actually like the characters in that, seeing all the extra rocks come up
Oh, yeah.
as
And
well.
the druidic swirls on all the effects.
Right. I like
Really
how they
nicely
light
done.
up from the center and then kind of move outward.
Very cool little effect.
And it's also got a voice pack, and I
Kinda
guarantee
boring.
you, I'm going to predict this because I'm just that good. It's probably going to be a Scottish mixed with a little bit of like aunt, old school aunt. That's probably what it's going to like.
You are admirable. Exquisite. I feel reborn. I hope you leave without returning. Is this how you treat an elder? After all these years, I finally grew some moss on my chest.
That's like the most
You know
low-key
why
DM.
my
I
little
hope you leave
statues look so
without
mean?
returning. Yeah.
Because they have
This voice back,
hearts.
actually, the more I listen to it, it sounds like an old Scottishman who owns a pub in the very north of Scotland and doesn't get many visitors. Is what it really feels like. There's a little look
Dude, you're
at the
being
Gap
way
skin.
too
Chuck's
specific.
too
None of us
busy
understand.
typing away and get rid of those white. They are too clean.
Hey, 3 people just got fired. You want to be a 4th Hindu?
Talk about something that does look clean. Kunoichi Circuit. Kunoichi?
Yes,
Kunoichi.
Show
All right,
me.
kids, calm
Please
down,
don't suck
hey,
dick.
boys and girls.
Please
Jeez.
don't suck dick.
Japanese.
Please don't
Kids,
suck
then,
dick.
what's the weapon? Palm
Oh,
was
you're
saying
talking about the Kusari Gama? Is that what you're asking for?
I don't know. Is that what it is?
It is. So you know how we have Shogun's Kusari?
Yeah.
Kusari means chain, and that's the chain that it's attached to. And then Kama is like what Izanami throws the sickle. So you put them together, it's Kusari Gama.
Okay then, but
Please
what's
don't
the
be
ribbon
shit.
wrapped around it called?
It's a
A
ribbon.
ribbon.
Ah.
Oh,
There was going to be some sort of technical term like I was not aware of.
It's there.
They didn't
Just
fuck it
look
up.
Awesome.
Sure, I was
They
hoping it was
just
there
fuck
for
it up.
like, special
Show me the
effect.
abilities,
I think
baby.
I'll
Easy balls, Hindu. I got this all day.
Keep trying. I can try one day. One day I'll get
You
you.
don't want to
Not now.
keep tormenting him. Because eventually he's going to go past his Hindu meter, and
And
then
then
he's
just
just going to
rage out.
start shanking you.
That's. See, you seem to get it, Chuck. I will just
After
stab
that one
eventually.
time where it got really hot, and you just tore AJ to ribbons.
I did. I don't remember that. Not intentionally, anyway. Or
Anyway,
was it?
carrying on.
Yes.
Let's talk about Circuit.
It's cool.
Circuit
Got a
definitely.
sweet.
The outfit is
Oh,
cool.
I love those.
Oh,
They remind me
okay.
of, like the old school ninja.
Oh,
game.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Bro, you can actually see it flying out now.
Look at
So
me.
much easier. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we got the head movement right.
I'm sorry.
Thank
I'm so
you,
excited about
high res.
it. I know my anime too.
You might have rivaled the fucking
And the
steampunk
ambush
skin.
as well. Oh, what's
Check
the
out the
what's
sweet
the detonation?
pattern.
I want to see
Yeah,
the detonation.
You gotta watch it.
Now you see me.
Oh,
That was cool.
It will be your end.
All right,
What is that symbol?
I'm liking the two.
Your story.
The two, literally the two is the key to me liking this
It's a
skin.
skull with the ninja mask.
Ooh, yeah, I see.
Cool.
It looked like a
Very
dead Power
cool.
Ranger at first from my angle. That's what I
So
saw.
I was seeing like World War II bomber pilot or something, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I get that one.
But it looks very metal.
Pon's actually going to spawn some minions to kill them all now, so it spreads,
Get
as
wrecked,
always. He
minions.
loves doing this with his skins, I swear. He just likes doing silly little interactions to show people
Well,
stuff.
since he stopped being pro, it's the only way he gets kills.
Wow, you guys have
Oh
got
my
so mean
goodness.
these days.
Gosh,
Friend
Okay.
or foe.
Was that your phone?
that was Chuck's.
Was that people like saying, please don't
Why
fire
is
me?
your
Is that what was happening?
phone on?
Yeah, they're
Chuck?
actively.
It's my home security company, actually.
He's been broken into because
So if Chuck's tense for the rest of this broadcast, we all know
He
why.
ain't home. He's on patch notes.
rob him quick. Okay, let's have a listen to the voice pack for this skin.
Subarashi! Subarashi! Your blade cuts true. A blow well struck. I stand alone. I attended the Koga School of Ninjaneering. If a ninja kills their target in the woods, and no one's there, does it make a sound? At least I will make it. It makes a corpse. It was your poor fortune to cross my path. I stand alone.
Definitely an evil ninja feel to her.
Yeah.
For sure. Not a nice ninja. You know?
Do we have? Are we made it up to a whole ninja team? No, because mostly.
I think the two. If I use this skin over the steampunk one,
No,
it's
you
because of
could
the two.
use-
We'll
use
see
them
once we
both.
start playing it a little bit.
That's Guardian.
Because red's one of my least favorite colors.
Nemesis.
So that might be enough to not use this skin over the steampunk skin. I don't know.
Shinobu
Yep.
We'll see once we get on PTS.
What about warrior? Do we have a warrior?
We have Daim Yoden.
I thought it was gonna be a little more hype.
It's true.
Well,
I thought there was gonna be something that was more ninja. Ninja.
We should be able to talk about
My
things
shirt's
that
maroon.
people
Just
care
muse to
about
themselves for the rest of the show. We're gonna move on.
instead of making lists.
Save that for your downtime.
Yeah, that's fair.
And when your house isn't being broken into. The circuit skin on your screen there, you can see the card art. And now,
Yeah, I think the
Chuck's gonna
steampunk
check his
skin
phone
is
'cause he just
better.
remembered that. I was like, actually, it's a good point. Why am I so convinced about this? I should be checking out about my house. Let's go game and have a little look at these skins. Obviously, we try and update the masteries whenever possible. Everyone has been raging just lately that we've not been doing enough of these, but they have started to come back once more when they are ready.
We try to get them in, especially.
Damn!
When we're pitching,
They
the
fucking
gods
made
so
this-
that,
that's
patch
sick!
Isn't any larger, especially.
Usually
for
these fucking
players,
recolors are
and it
poo
just
poo.
makes things neatly handled in the same package.
I like her hairstyle in this one. I don't know why, just the hairstyle stood out to me.
From behind, it looks kind of like she's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah. We did a lot of references today, I'll tell you that much, towards other things. We don't normally do that, but hey, I'm down for it. The legendary version, as always, my favorite.
I always love the legendary versions. Black and
You're
gold.
the same as me, black and gold?
Black and gold, it's like you can't beat it.
You can't go wrong. There's somewhere the blue and gold beats it now.
I usually hate these recolor, the golden and mastery skins. These are dope.
I'm okay with it. They're not my favorite.
The diamonds, really, you just switch to it in the lobby to prove that you have it.
It's like, I'm good with this god.
Some of the diamonds,
ooh, that's nice,
are remarkably fitting to the god.
Yeah, it just depends on the god as well, with which one it fits to as well.
But the black and gold is still, you just can't, it's still the best.
So, all these skins will be available in the next patch. Fishman, you're the only one on here that may have an understanding of when PTS could be.
It will be as soon as we can get it up.
Of course we're gonna say that.
Chris, and what's the handle we have specifically for when the patches are going out?
Oh, we do?
I think so. I think there's like a production.
His name
platform
is High Res MLC Stealth.
Yeah, just tweet at Stealth.
Questions. He'll also take you on
He'll take care of you.
See?
Yep. Tweet at Stealth. He'll let
I was
you know
hoping he
when
does a
PTS is
good
up.
one, Hindu.
Also,
just
if you guys can tweet at Clumsy, it is his birthday today.
Yes, it is his birthday.
Really?
Happy birthday, Clumsy.
Happy
Hi, Res
birthday.
Clumsy. Happy birthday.
Okay, before we go, final thoughts.
Where are you, Clumsy?
Definitely the Gev skin. I really like the druidic swirls, as we say them.
And the Scottish
Druidic
accent.
swirls.
What about you, Chuck? Something to do with skulls?
It's hard between the Hachiman and the Circuit.
The fucking Fenrir buff is all that matters here.
Evil Hachiman.
With the eye flag.
The item changes a little bit, but
I like the Circuit a lot, but I'm also
Fenrir
excited
buff,
to see
boys.
how the mage balance plays out. I think that's some really cool stuff.
Yeah, well, the balance change is going through. Make sure you check the PTS for when it's going to be available. Fenrir got buffed. How much of a buff? You guys decide. We'll see you all
I'm gonna
next
find
time
out personally
on the Patch Note Show.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
those were the shortest patch notes ever, and they fucked them up.